You can get so much more out of the college experience if you're trying to earn money while you are in college. And the reason for this is because colleges have a significant amount of resources that can help you reach your goals. If you only have goals of getting good grades or passing your classes or completing your major, then that's all that you can use the resources available to you in college to achieve. But if instead you make your goal to earn money and possibly start your own business or gain experience in your field that will be useful when you start looking for jobs, you can use the resources that you have available to you in college to achieve that goal as well. I'm going to talk to you about how I do that and how I know other people have done that and some specific things that you can do that are applicable across all majors and all career goals. The model and the approach that I use to accomplish my goals in this way and to use the resources available to me is called the project-based model. And the reason this is helpful is because it can help you achieve things such as not even having to look for a job, creating your own passive income, and using the resources available to you in college to create real human capital. And what human capital is it's basically your skill set and your ability to use the skills that you have to actually achieve something and build something. Your classes are going to teach you stuff, but unless you apply it, it's probably going to be forgotten. Think about how many classes you've taken and think about how much you've learned and whether or not you performed well on the tests, how much you actually retained. You don't really retain information unless you're using it for something. So by using this project-based approach, you're going to retain the knowledge that you're paying money to learn in college. And you're also going to start earning money and gaining experience in your field. The way you use the project-based approach is by starting to build projects. So you might be thinking, what does that even mean? It sounds kind of silly that the name is just, the project-based approach and you make projects. I'm going to give you a specific example of my roommate who used this approach and how it really helped him. And then I'm going to talk about how I used it. My roommate wants to become a scout for a sports team when he graduates, and he's a business major. And he's using a resource, which is the baseball team at the University of Oregon, to gain experience working with the sports team. And then he later started working with the Giants over the summer and getting paid actually to work in a sports management sort of internship. You don't have to wait until the summer to get an internship to get paid for your experience. You can make your own projects. You don't have to pick a job that's already available on your campus and use that to gain experience. You can also try a more innovative approach and a more business-like approach where you come up with an idea that relates to what you're learning, that relates to your foundational skills in the field that you're trying to go into, and using that to try to solve a problem. There's a lot of problems associated with different majors, like that the major is trying to help you prepare to solve, sort of. There's a lot of experts on campus that you can talk to help you with your idea. So say, for example, that you're a chemistry major and you have the problem of recycling plastics. If you really try to tackle this problem in some sort of meaningful way, you have a whole host of experts in chemistry that are not actually actively trying to do a project. They've just been focusing on getting good grades and completing their major, doing the standard stuff, and now they're teaching. But you can use all of that knowledge that they have to help you with your idea and to basically ingrain the knowledge that you're getting in the classes in a way that will help you remember it. So you could have a recycling-based project. Just doing something that's already on campus is not a project. It is a way of building skills that will help you prepare for a project. So what my roommate was doing was valuable, and it is helping him build skills, but it is not a project. And the next step from gaining experience is starting your own project. The reason that's so important is because it gives you a way out. It makes it so the end goal is not necessarily to get a job in your field. It makes it so there's a possibility that you can actually innovate and actually have your own business and actually free you from, the regular workforce. And that should be the number one thing that you're trying to accomplish, is not to get your degree and get your job, but to make your project and get your way out. And the best time to start doing that is while you're in college, because of the resources I just talked about, the faculty, the different things that are available on campus that can help you gain experience, like sports teams, like research labs, like just all sorts of things that are on campus. The libraries have tons of books. They have all sorts of fancy things that you can check out. There's a lot of programs. There's a lot of clubs. There's a lot of peers to talk to about ideas, to start projects with. You don't have to be a business major to try to make a business. You don't have to really even take any business-related classes to have some sort of foundational knowledge about what it means to start a business. And all the knowledge you really need can be found in books and stuff, and the little things that you can't find in books that are kind of obscure, you can talk to faculty members about that. So if you're having trouble finding a specific project, the path that I just basically laid out is gain experience that you're not getting paid for. Get paid for some experience. Keep doing that and start your own project. That's the basic roadmap. Now, I'm going to talk about basic resources you can use to help you get started on that roadmap. There's a platform that I use called Handshake that's available at the University of Oregon. And it's useful because it helps you find opportunities to get paid and also to volunteer in exchange for experience. So that's like the first step, right? So that you actually dip your foot in the waters, find a problem that seems reasonable that you could solve. If you're not a chemistry major, or even if you are one, tackling the problem of recycling different types of plastics is a pretty big one to choose. So you might want to pick a different thing. And you might want to just start, getting paid and start working so that you identify these problems, right? When you're getting paid or not paid and getting experience, you're getting exposed to all sorts of different issues and problems that you could theoretically solve. I'm going to talk about myself now and the specific things that I've done. My end goal, if I'm not able to successfully have the innovative approach where I become financially independent, make a project that's actually successful, is to become a doctor. And the routes that I've gone for experience and paid experience and the project that I'm currently doing is for unpaid experience. I started working in a research lab, which was a neuroscience-based research lab, focuses on motor neuroscience. Now I'm getting paid for a research lab that's researching preventative medicine, which is basically treating high-risk populations that are less likely to get a disease. And my project is based on chemical synthesis projects. Basically, I'm just going to record YouTube videos about chemical synthesis as a secondary YouTube channel. I also have this one where I'm basically just going to talk about the college experience in general. That brings me back to this other point, which is, the type of project you have. A really good one to do is a YouTube-based project because as you film your journey, there's a possibility that the YouTube business succeeds. And you want to do as many things as you can to increase the chance that you actually succeed with your project. So you should really just make a YouTube channel, regardless of what your major is, regardless of what the project is. Hopefully this helps you, and you get started with your project, and you succeed, and you stop thinking about things like working at a restaurant or doing basically meaningless work to just earn money while you're in college. Probably one of the worst things you can do. If you were going to do that, you should have just not gone to college at all.